What up, what up? So this is my name. My name is Jordan, and this is me, and this is the first episode of Surfing with Jordan Avesar, a surfing podcast. Big surprise. And so I had a surfing podcast in the past, but now we're doing a new one, baby. So you can see behind me, this is a surfboard. It shows that this is legit. And, I love surfing, and I also love talking about surfing. So hopefully soon I'm going to get some guests in. And so first topic of discussion is we have the Olympics right around the corner. Surfing Olympics at Chopu in Tahiti. It's going to be pretty fucking cool. Except it seems like most people maybe might not be able to watch it. It's a little confusing to see how to watch it. So I was trying to figure that out. It looks like you have to pay to watch it. So, it's not the same as the WSL. But that's okay. So, I'm just kind of your average everyday surfing nerd. I love surfing, and it's super fun. But let's talk about this question. Should Kelly Slater be in the Olympics? Yes. I mean, come on. I was watching this video explaining how they choose which surfers for the Olympics, and it's a little confusing. And I guess, some people are saying, oh, well, it's good to see that the politics aren't in play. But it's come on, it's Kelly Slater. He's I don't understand, shouldn't you try to get the best surfers in there? Now, he is older now, but still, he's at pretty high level at a break that would really work for him. So it seems to be kind of a shame because, if he's not going to get in now, he's probably never going to get in. And it seems kind of a shame to not have Kelly Slater in the Olympics. I was also confused, I have a question, it seems to me, I was trying to research what surfers get in from which countries, because I know some of them, but if I'm not mistaken, on the women's side, there's Carissa Moore, Caroline Marks, and Katie Simmers in the Olympics, and isn't that 3 from America? Because John and Griffin are the American surfers, and John's from Hawaii, and Carissa Moore's from Hawaii, so I guess they're counting, seems to me I was confused about that, are they counting Hawaii as America? It seems like they are. So are there 3 surfers on the women's side from America? I wasn't really sure about that, so I was trying to research that a little bit. Either way, it's going to be a great show. I don't know who's going to win. I feel like if Katie Simmers is in, Caroline Marks and Carissa Moore, it's kind of a toss-up between those 3. Probably Carissa or Caroline have the advantage. And then I think most people are thinking on the men's side, the advantage is probably going to go to John or Gabriel Medina. It's kind of a toss-up for me. I'm saying let's go John. Let's go John. And also, man, it would be really cool to see John get into the Trestles event in the end of the year. Not Olympics. But I think that would be cool because he never has been to the Trestles event. So I'm going to try to go to see that live. So, Olympics. What else can we say about that? It's funny how, the Olympics are such a big stage. There's going to be so many people watching it. But it seems like it's actually less developed as far as surfing contest experience than the WSL. And also, it's interesting how you're going to have some people like John Florence, Gabriel Medina, Carissa Moore, and then you're going to have some people from other countries that are way less experienced. So it seems like a pretty big gap in skill. So that's going to be interesting. It also seems like a fairly big gap in just the way that they run the surf contest. It's just a different thing. They're just going without any lay days, just all the way straight. So it'll be interesting. I definitely think it'll be fun for people to see this show, at a spot in Chopu and Tahiti. It'll be cool. But let's break down the levels of surfing, in my opinion. So in my opinion, this is what you got. You got beginner, intermediate, advanced. And then you got expert, professional, and legend. That's how I think about it. So beginner is a big, all these categories are pretty big. So I think a lot of people don't really even fully get to the fully beginner stage. To me, beginner surfer is like someone who's able to ride waves, the green wave. And a lot of people never get there. You know, it takes a long time just to get there. But I feel like a lot of people who are going to get to that stage of being able to ride the green wave and make basic turns, then the next big group, I think there's a lot of people that make it to the intermediate stage, which is, you know, your basic maneuvers. You're able to do carves and floaters and cutbacks and re-entries and some basic tube riding, but it's maybe not flowing and linking up like the more advanced surfer. So I think that's another big category. Like, a lot of people kind of get stuck in like the beginner stage or almost beginner stage, and a lot of people gravitate towards like a solid intermediate stage. And I think people stay there for a while. I feel like I'm still really in the intermediate stage, maybe high level intermediate. But then the advanced stage, so this is not just me making this up. This is me, you know, I've researched a little bit. So to me, an advanced surfer is someone who gets more vertical on their turns and more utilizing more of the maneuvers, more of the wave, and more flow and speed and power, and also starts to do more advanced maneuvers like roundhouse cutbacks and tail wafts and even like 360s and aerials and stuff like that. So it's pretty big. I mean, like, it's pretty giant category. And I feel that a lot of surfers don't get to this truly advanced stage. Takes a lot of practice. But it's interesting because to me, after that, I think of like an expert surfer. I think of someone who is kind of a specialist, like, you know. So yeah, I would say that advanced surfer maybe can do like a 360 air. But to me, like, I think it's kind of interesting because, like, to me, there's surfers out there that are like experts and specialists at like really dangerous spots. To me, that's higher level than someone who can do like a 360 air. So for instance, like, an expert might not be as versatile, but if someone's able to get like a 20-foot barrel or surf these really gnarly famous spots really well, to me that's sort of in a way like higher level than like an advanced surfer. So obviously there are surfers who have both the advanced skill set, but to me, like, think of like a pipeline specialist or something like that, like someone who can, yeah, like I said, like to me, if you compare, one surfer is more well-rounded, can do more maneuvers, maybe can do 360s and stuff, and another surfer is less well-rounded, but they can get like a 20-foot barrel. To me, that surfer is higher level. And I think many would agree. So to me, that's the expert, is someone who's a specialist in these really scary, dangerous waves. And then a pro surfer is interesting because I feel like the definition of a pro surfer has changed. Generally speaking, pro surfers are making income either from sponsorships or competition or from video. You know, I don't know all the ins and outs. But nowadays, it seems like you can be professional without even like being truly advanced. You know, so you can become a professional surfer by selling surf courses or creating surf vlogs and videos that start to generate an audience. So just, you know, there's different ways to make income as a surfer now. So that's pretty interesting. But I think when you traditionally think about a professional surfer, it's generally a very high level. But nowadays, it's not necessarily even based on your level. So anyways, then I think there's a category for like the legendary surfers that are just on such a high level that they even are way beyond the average professional or average expert. So the skill of surfing dichotomy, the distance of surfing skill is huge. Because I think like a lot of people who never have surfed before would see like an intermediate or a upper level intermediate surfer and say like, oh, they're like an advanced surfer. But I think the true, like, comparing surf talent in the true sense is like there's such a broad band of talent, you know, and it's pretty crazy to think about. Like, there's just so many talented surfers out there. You know, you just go rock up to your average beach on a good day and you'll see some really talented surfers. So I feel like a lot of people get discouraged a little bit, but it's like, no, there's just a lot of surfing talent out there, but there's still, you know, it's not a competition, but there's still a lot of people that would love to just get to the beginner level, you know? So I don't know, it's just interesting. But yeah, so lots of surf competition coming up. We got the Olympics, and then we got the Fiji contest, which is going to be dope, and then we got the final 5 at Trestles. And I would love to try to make that event. So let's do it, baby. So thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to try to get some guests and develop this podcast more. So thank you guys. I appreciate it, and keep an eye out for more.